Hello, everyone. Whew. Fresh tea. Hang on, let's get this going. There we are. Hang on, let me check my sound. Fresh tea. Good. Okay. Good deal. I'm going to wait a second for let some people to get in here. There they are, not popping in. Hello? Hello? Whoo! Yummy. All right. Good, good, good. Let me, give me a sec. There we go. I think we're dialed in. Everyone, say hello in the chat if you like. Give a thumbs up if you like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe if you like. Feel free. I want to talk about what else is there to talk about when you're ascending is your ego. So I just want to talk about something that we can draw your attention to, and maybe it'll give you some insight. Hello, Melanie. Maybe to give you some insight. So maybe I can explain it this way. Maybe we can reference something called habits. Okay? Let's take it to the basic. What is this in self? The fundamental idea of creation is energy, is a good way to look at it. It's thought, it's creation, it's will, W-I-L, it's the will of you, creating. So what I'm looking at here is the ego structure, birth from separation. You're born here, you're empty. The emptiness of ego, pay attention. So you're born here and you're empty. And you gain a personality. We all have personas. We all have personas. We have a natural flow to ourselves, a truth that is undeniable, that's unquestionable, undebatable. That's the nature of our beingness, our isness. That's what we are as creators, and we're full-blown creators, each and every one of us, right? But we come here, hey Dio, good to see you. We come here and we empty ourselves that. And then we have a drive, a purpose, a need to fulfill that emptiness, and we get that through the quality of representation of the external, the outside filling the inside. But if you pay attention, and you really understand, if you're really observing yourself and watching what the fuck's going on in your day-to-day, now-to-now lives, you can start to discern, tell the difference between two qualities of reality. Hi, Roxanne. Two qualities of reality. The quality of the ego, which is very valid and very good. We don't mean quality good or bad. We need a vibrational sense, kind of like outside when it's cold is a quality environment. If you get into the water and you're underwater holding your breath, that's a quality. It's an environment. So there's a state of being when you are in your egoic posture, egoic self, right? So in that self, we create an energy that is expendable. It is cyclable, leading back to the idea of habits. We create systematic habits that feed us. What are we feeding on? Energy. What are we feeding? Our personality. Why? Because we were born separated. So our structure is the human concept of itself. It's what you feel the truth is. We create many energetic ideas around us all the time, and they're all true and they're all unconditional, but they're all related to subjectively. And that's where the ego lies. The key lies. It's the relationship you're having when you're energizing reality. Watch what happens when you energize emptiness. The emptiness of ego. You ever get a new idea, something to look forward to? Here's a guy that's doing his work, and then he gets this great idea because he's looking and he's searching for something. But see, he's not searching for the truth. He's searching for the energetic feeding that his body, his ego needs to energize its personality to keep himself worthy of his own existence. That's what separation does. It makes you unworthy of your own existence because you have no self to feel. There is no more I am. There is only I am not God, right? All right. So this guy gets this idea and says, oh man, I've been looking and looking. He's devouring all these truths. He goes to this religion and this idea, this spiritual, and he goes and he finds Buddhism and he explores Buddhism, and then Buddhism fails, just like the other 5 or 6 things. And then there's no value in it. But his ego might determine that this is it, keep on going and you'll get there. And it'll be the same quality, pay attention. It'll be the same quality of life that is felt. That's the quality you need to get in love with. You need to understand. It's how you feel when you're representing yourself. When you're at work speaking your truth. Speaking what truth? You're always speaking your truth, but what truth is it? Is it the devouring idea of energetic pleasing, of energetic need, of energetic obligation, energetic responsibility? These are the things that you're made of, being an eternal creator, indestructible, invincible creator in your own reality. You're choosing to create those postures, those positionings of life, those identities that need a constant validation. So that's why the ego is constantly empty, and that's why you constantly seek more purpose. The ego itself is saying, hey, what are we going to do today? I felt it because I work out of the house. I write the next book, Venusia. And my body sometimes tells me, not my physical body, my energetic body says, what are you doing with your life? You could be doing more. It's prodding me. See, whatever I do is already unconditional. It's only right here in the divided mind that has the capability of judging the own self. And by the way, that's the only person that's ever been judging you is yourself. I know people judge, and it hurts sometimes. I know that. I'm living proof of that, of people judging. My parents judged me. Society judged me. Whether I was transgender or guy or my work performance, see, they're always judging. Because why? Because it's an energetic feeding. You are a morsel to other people's reality. You're an appetizer. Sometimes you're a full course fucking meal. Because they can get your energy, and your energy is just plain attention that they've been fed. And they'll keep doing it. They'll come and feed at your trough as long as the food is there. And that's where you learn to no longer be the same, what? Vibrational truth. Because if you keep putting the same ego out, they're going to keep eating it. And you keep on energizing, and they're going to keep eating it. And then when you change it, they go away. They go away, usually they go away. So what I notice is the energetic ego is always looking for the next thing, and it's working on its emptiness. When it gets severely empty, people panic. They find anything. They're bored out of their fucking skull. They'll do anything to get purpose, to get something that satisfies the emptiness. That's when, and I've taught this on many videos, that's when you have to realize that I am is enough. The emotional stance of fulfillment you cannot feed any longer if you want to transcend the personality and remember, grow, birth, return, call it what you will, into the persona of you. That enlightenment is not about getting the species to wake up. That is absolutely, that's the byproduct. It's about The self. Everything is about the self. Everyone is in their own fucking world. We are in a co-created reality. No shit. We're all human. I get that. But you're not responsible for that. You're not obligated to that. What you have to do is realize the relationship you have with that. And since we're all born separated, we all have a structure that's called an ego. It's a personality, and it's built on the constructs of what we as individuals found valuable in our lives, just because we were introduced to them. We didn't have time to really think, wow, I think racism is a really bad thing. Maybe I shouldn't be a racist. We were birthed that way through systematic ideas of that reality. We became racist as a collective because we're different from each other, because we don't understand that's what creation is the constant change of diversity. Without change, we die. We can't be the same. It's impossible because it's a law. So we provide ourselves with change, but we look at it as defensive because we don't know our own love. We don't know our own value. We don't know our own worth, because our worth is always validated through the external feeding of the ego. People validate us. People think of this, and we've done this, and we've done this, and we're resumed all up, and then we have a purpose. And even if it's being sold by your own fucking ego, the turncoat in your motherfucking head that's telling you, yeah, you're great. Or it's telling you you're a dumbass, whatever that is telling you. If you are giving it its worth, its value, its attention, if you're feeding it, you're sustaining it. Nobody else is doing it. That's you. You've been always creating forever, and it's only been one place, one area, one thing, your reality. Nothing else. It's never been anything else. Just the absolute validity of externalism is something that we got to experience. We've always been in our world creating the reflection of consciousness to experience creator. Me, I am. That's what everybody does. And then we create a reality to where we step outside of that, and we look at the external as not us, as not our consciousness attracted, as not our reality, is something foreign to us, that is apart from us, that is separated from us. How fucking great are we to actually create that? And we did. And we did because we're fucking badass creators, right? That's what we are. So the work here is to look, observe, humble, notice when you're feeding your fucking ego. Feeding your ego isn't necessarily attack. There's a lot of people that think egos are attack. You have to be attacking, you have to be dominant. It's not. Ego is when you cower. Ego is when you're afraid. Ego is when you make an excuse. Ego is anything that keeps you from choosing the self that you know goddamn well in that moment has the truth, and you as the awakener don't choose to use that self. You sustain the ego. You enable the ego. You continue and you create another now. It's never about what the mirror is. It's always about the relationship. The mirror, the reality reflected, the bubble you live in, is the experience. And it's all drawn in because it's your truth. Again, not the truth of right or wrong, not the truth of purpose, need, want, and desire. Those are human. The truth of what you're attracting is a vibrational truth. Your worthiness. The more worthy, the more it changes. You have to choose the self that is the nature of you. And there's a discernment, because the quality between the ego and the natural self is a goddamn chasm, and it's so easy to see, but it's the scariest fucking thing you can choose. See, it's not that awakening is hard, but it's the hardest thing you ever do. I'm not talking about physical labor. I'm not talking about, roofing in Arizona in 110 degree, and laying down a tin roof. That's hard work. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the things that shred, that deconstruct, tear down, destroy the personality, the choices that start to lose your own self. Very difficult. I mean, it takes fucking courage to do that. See, it's effortless because it's choice, and choice is easy. We all have it. We create from our choices. Our vibrational truth that we put in the vortex draws in the attraction of the next now, and it's a continuation of that nonstop because that's what we are by nature. The 5 laws of creation show you that. Okay, so you need to look at. You need to look at where you're putting your energy and the relationship behind that. And if you see yourself afraid to do something, because, okay, there's a future. Watch this, right? Okay. Where's my shit? Got my shit. All right, there's a future, right? Let's do it again. So we can all. Okay. This is the eternal now. This is what is a law. Everything is here and now. Out of the here and now, we created a memory, which gave us a past. Out of the here and now, we created time, which gave us a past. And out of the memory, we created a future. And out of time, we create future. So the memory and time allows us to have a past and a future as an experience in the space-time continuum that we have co-created in our third density, in the wonderful Akashic universe, in our solar system, that the sun and Gaia, Ra and Gaia run the show, and we chose to jump on board and experience the human idea, right? It's all happening now. But when you are in this, and the only thing you know, now pay attention, this is going to hurt, is the past and the future, no one told you, and none of that matters. We think it does. Because what's about the future? Oh, we fear that motherfucker. I don't even know if I spelled that right. Yeah. We fear the future because we were taught the future because we see everyday bad things happen. We have to prepare. We prepare our armies against bad people. We fuck that up. We get better. We prevent some things. We miss some things. It's a whole cycle of fear. So you're not at war. The country's not at war. The world's not at war right now. Well, there are some wars going on, but you know what I'm saying. Right? You understand that we're not at war as a world. But if you're in your now and there's no war, what's the ego going to do? Since you were taught fear, what is the ego going to do? It's going to pull up from your past possibilities of your future. See, your future is never there. There is no future. There is only now. Future comes with a concept created from memory and time. That makes the future a creation. Think about it. Intelligent that information. Let it steep in and it'll validate something for you. It'll help you understand that the now is where it's all happening, and a series of now with the memory creates a timeline of futures and pasts. Know that. So your ego is looking for fear because it's a fearful world. You have fear in you. You coveted the idea of fear, so you're feeding your ego, which gives you identity, which gives you purpose. It gives you something to create and attain the idea of purpose, of posture, of something that keeps what? Keeps what? It keeps the personality alive, well-fed, fat, dumb, and happy. So you're at your job, no war, nothing scary, but you're at your job. And you don't like your job, And you're in the now. This day, you don't like your job. And you say, I don't like my job, and you want to leave your job, but you don't leave your job because fear says, well, if you leave your job, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J will happen. And then you'll be in a shitstorm because you weren't man enough to tough it out, or you weren't responsible enough to tough it out, or you're lazy because you don't work hard and everyone else goes through hard times, so just get over it. That's life. Whatever the fucking sales job that your fucking mind sold you to keep you complacent in your ideology of lack is what you're feeding the fucking mirror. That's your unworthy. And that's constant if you keep putting it in there. So fear keeps you responsible. Fear keeps you obligated because you don't know what the fucking future holds. You have no idea what worthiness can bring because you've only been putting unworthiness into that. And that unworthiness is an idea of a posture of always trying to fulfill the emptiness because you are unworthy of your own existence. No one ever taught you how to love yourself. Or they might say, oh, you're great, you're this, and they're giving you kudos. But it requires action. It requires performance in order to receive kudos. You don't exist, and you are not loved as is. You need something to give. Oh, they might give you something for a while, but then they'll grow tired of it because you're not feeding them, and they need food. Creation in the separated ideas, those little fractals out there, those little fucking forgotten gods out there need food. And so as soon as you become boring and you are empty and dull in flavor, they'll walk away or they'll prod and poke you and make you feel a particular way until you start fucking contributing to their fucking food, their energy, and you become a morsel once again. You got to look at this. Be smart about this. Put your little fucking egos away. Destroy all idea of your purposes. Destroy all idea of your needs and your life ideas and destinies. Destroy everything and be okay with the motherfucker you are as existence in and of itself for no other reason. No reason except I am. And that is a law. That's the first law of creation is I am. You exist. Period. Right? Okay. So we're putting this together. We're putting this together. So what you have to do is you got to start observing and look and notice your egoic structures. You're at your job, you're with your husband, your wife, your kids, and you are feeling a particular way, and it's a vibrational truth, and you can feel the resistance. Now, it might be an ego resistance, but that's a different kind of resistance, and you'll learn that quality. It might be a reaction because someone pissed you off and you're mad at them. Okay, let them be that. Speak your truth, whatever. We're not talking about that. That's a reaction of the ego. We're talking about when it cuts you, and it goes against the grain of the persona. And that's where you got to go, no. No more, not me. I got to choose me on this one. And that will bring a feeling of worthiness in return because you've chosen your worthiness. See, your worthiness is not given by angels, guides, other gods, aliens, extra. No one gives you fucking shit. Everything is an attraction that you call in because of what you're worth. And if you're worth separation, you'll get separation and you'll get all the antics that go along with it. You'll get all the duality, all the polarity, all the this and that. You'll get all the posing, and it's been your entire fucking life. And you're doing good at it. But if you're awake and you're watching this fucking video, obviously you're ready for change, so you want to change. So start making the changes. And a lot of you are. I know that. I'm not saying that any of you aren't. A lot of you do your fucking work. I know that. And it's great work. There is nothing better than shining your light. Nothing more fulfilling. And it's not a constant fulfillment, it's an ongoing fulfillment in the way of you have to consistently effort it. It's a ongoing, it's always there. You don't have to keep feeding it. The more you deconstruct, the more you realize I'm awesome for no fucking reason. I'm filled for no reason. See, when you're born empty, you grab this and it takes this and fills this. Okay, I've got my security in that dependency. I feel okay. And how about this? Now I got a good job. Now I have an image of this and I'm dependable over there. And I got someone to love me. And you're filling your ideal on your dependency. One thing gets cut off, one tendril, one fucking tendril, and then you're hurting. And then you cry and then you're sour and you wonder why all this stuff. And all of a sudden you feel the vast, massive fucking awesomeness of what we can feel. Empty. To feel that emptiness. Oh my God, it is so suffering, isn't it? It is so fucking, it's like it ripped your heart out. Rejection. Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. So how do you not feel that way anymore? Well, you stop choosing it and you start filling yourself with yourself. And it's going to take time to understand that. You're going to have to journey with it. It's like learning something. I'm learning to be a better writer. I'm not a great writer. I'm learning to be a better writer by writing and exploring myself while I'm writing these books. I'm learning to be a better speaker, a better channeler, a better awakener, a better teacher of my ascension schools, my advanced classes. I'm journeying to discover the God that I already am, that nobody can fucking take away from you, because I am one and I am all and there's nobody fucking else. Now you go to the mirror and you say that to yourself and you better own it. Because when you start owning it, you'll start realizing, oh my fucking God, I'm God. And that is irreplaceable, indispensable. That is forever. Yeah. But it's hard work. It's hard work. It's every day noticing, every day going through it. The vibrational transcendence of emotions is exasperating, it is painful, but it is absolutely fulfilling when you realize, when you're on the other side of that transcendence of that truth that you held as a valuable identity, and now you crushed that motherfucker and destroyed it, turn it around and turn it into the unconditional persona of the nature of you. There's nothing. No amount of money, no amount of identity, no amount of fame, nothing that ever can come close to realizing your own existence, your own worthiness. That's what you do with awakening. So, I love it. The emptiness of ego. It's a cycle. You're feeding off of it every day. Back up, observe, start to notice it. You don't need to define it. You don't need to identify everything. You don't not fucking need to know cause of it yet. If you get the cause of that identity, okay, but that doesn't solve it. And that's not a posture of, well, that's why it happened. That's why. Don't blame the outside. Don't blame history. Don't posture, because that's another fucking turncoat ego feeding. And you're feeding it with your attention, with your energy. Energy follows awareness. Abraham 101. Don't forget your fucking Abraham. Don't forget your Seth. So, I think that's it. The ego, emptiness, feeding, constant. Yeah. This and all the other videos, a lot of them that I've done will help you concept. My next ascension classes is in a few months. I'll announce it later. These schools are fucking awesome. Very uncomfortable, very painful, very humbling, very awakening. If you choose to go down that path, you'll never be the same person. And that's a great thing. So I think that's it for now. Anything else you guys need, you can contact me at the bottom there, odysseyofascension.com. If you care to donate, odysseyofascension.com. I don't put ads on here. I don't do any of that stuff. And, for the members and patrons, it's not my thing. But if you like to donate, you can. And I'm okay with that. And I love you guys. I'm honored to be with you in this massive, outstanding, epic masterclass of humanity. Journey well, Masters. We'll see you in the next now. I love you.